On another planet we can see Zofram in the middle of a very thoughtful war, and he realizes that Zordon is there with him. The two begin a dialogue and Zofram quickly realizes that he is in some sort of dream. After Zordon calls him by his given name Zofram, he gets upset and tells Zordon that his real name is Lord Zedd. He grabs Zordon by the collar and asks him for explanations about what is going on. Zordon tells him that he is dying. We then get to see Lord Zedd's body in the command center as Alpha 5 and Billy continues to try to help him. Inside Lord Zedd's mind, Zordon tells him that the Rangers are trying to save his life. He then explains to him that he has used the command center technology along with the Morphin grid to connect with his mind. Lord Zedd tells Zordon that he is weak for showing mercy, but Zordon tells him there is another reason. He explains to him that a Ranger has been taken captive by Mistress Vile and wants to know how she invaded the moon. Lord Zedd begins to explain that she arrived very quickly and went through all the defenses like a piece of paper. She was not alone, she came with a companion who was very strong and fought like an Eltarian. Mistress Vile was coming for the Zeo crystal and they had no chance to beat them. This is a death sentence for everyone. Then in the command center we can see the Rangers next to Zordon, who still has a mental connection with Lord Zedd. Kimberly is very angry because she feels they must do something soon and she doesn't want to sit idly by. She starts to complain to Tommy, but he tries to explain that they should keep waiting for Zordon as he is looking for the information they need. Aisha starts to support Kimberly and says that they have other Zords they can use. Rocky tries to tell them that won't work as they are also going to be shot down, and Adam backs him up by saying that they should wait until they have a plan. Aisha starts crying desperately and starts running. Adam tries to reach her to comfort her and looks for a way to dialogue with her. Aisha tells him that she is scared as they recently almost lost Jason, Trini and Zach to the Death Ranger. Adam realizes that Aisha likes Matt and now it will be difficult for them to find out if they will be able to have a relationship. On the moon we can see Mistress Vile with the Zeo crystal in her hand, and Squat is very nervous because he thinks that crystal is dangerous. Mistress Vile very angrily asks him to be quiet and tells him that the crystal can't hurt them anymore. She also explains to him that the crystal is a key to open the door to a great unimaginable power. She then asks Squat to take Vessel to Finster's to see if he can repair the arm he hurt pulling the Zeo crystal out of its trap. Mistress Vile also says she has a parting gift for the Rangers. In the lab we can see how Finster is draining Matt's green energy, and at that moment Squat arrives with Vessel. Squat starts telling Finster about all the doubts he has about Vessel and Mistress Vile. He thinks Golder was right since Rita came back very different and Vessel hasn't said a word. Finster tells him that he already made the decision to be on Mistress Vile's side and that Golder has always been too loyal to Lord Zedd. He also tells him that he better be on the right side and Mistress Vile's plan comes to fruition. At the command center we can see Billy trying to communicate with Trini, the new Red Ranger of the Omega Rangers. Despite making many attempts, Billy fails to communicate with Trini and says that it must be that she is in unknown space. Kimberly tells him that it wouldn't be the first time they've been ignored and asks Billy why Lord Zedd needs to be helped. Billy replies that that's what Rangers do, save lives, even if the other person doesn't deserve it. But Kimberly very angrily replies that it's at the expense of Matt's life and that she's not going to give up until she saves him. Billy tells her that he's not going to give up either since Matt was the one who protected him the first year at school. We then see Grace come in very angrily claiming to Zordon that the Rangers left Matt and the Dragonzord stranded on the moon. She also tells him that this is not the first time he has sent Rangers to die on the moon. This is because the first Ranger team, Grace, was the leader. Zordon sent them on a mission on the moon and almost all of them died there. Zordon replies to her that this was not the case and that she was the one who gave Matt the morpher. He also tells her that this is a burden he doesn't wish on anyone and hoped he could carry it alone. Grace tells him that we humans are like animals that walk in packs and like to share burdens. In a park we can see Jason talking to Bulk and Skull about some karate classes since they want to learn how to fight. At that moment, we hear a loud explosion and it was a huge monster with some putty patrollers. The monster speaks and says that Mistress Vile sends her greetings to everyone. Then the Power Rangers arrive to battle the monster and they all start fighting. Jason tries to push Bulk and Skull away and tells them that the Rangers have everything under control. It should be remembered that Jason gave up being an Omega Ranger to take a break and also take care of his father. The Rangers begin to fight the monster and quickly realize that they can't pierce its skin since it's made of glass. Tommy tries to use force with several kicks, but this doesn't work, and the monster hits him hard. Aisha tries to help him and Tommy tells her that he is fighting slowly because he is still recovering from the battle they had on the moon. Then we see Kimberly, who is still very angry and wants to end the battle, so she calls her Zord. Kimberly's Zord arrives and launches a strong attack on the monster which causes a big explosion and ends the battle. In the command center, Tommy and Kimberly start arguing since she broke the rules. Kimberly tells him that they can't keep wasting time waiting for Rita to make the monster grow and then keep fighting the Zords until it is destroyed. Every second that passes is valuable time to try to save Matt, who is still suffering. Grace interrupts the discussion to inform them that she had put a tracker on Matt and now he is no longer on the moon, and neither is the Dragon Zord. This means that Mistress Vile isn't on the moon either and the monster was just a distraction for her to leave the moon and take Matt with her. Zordon says they don't know where they are, and Grace says they must be somewhere in deep space. Tommy agrees with Kimberly and says enough is enough, they should stop running. Then, Billy gets a signal on his communicator and the red Omegazord can be seen badly destroyed, but he loses the signal. Alpha 5 manages to locate the coordinates of the Omegazord and Zordon tells the Rangers that they must make a tough decision again. The Omega Rangers need their help, but they won't stop Matt's search. The Rangers travel to the coordinates given to them by Alpha 5 and find the Omegazord and realize something strange is going on. They start to hear a very disturbing song and can see someone start to come out of the Omegazord. Alpha 1 is the one who was there waiting for the Rangers as he knew Zordon was going to send them and now he could have his revenge.